Welcome to CIT 190 JavaScript Programming. I am your instructor, Lisa Ballback. And there is some information about me over here in the sidebar. My office phone, my email, my office number, and my office hours for this semester. I am teaching from home because of COVID. So I really am not going to be in my office. So the best way for you to get a hold of me is email or attending the live stream office hours. And those office hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 11:30 to 1, and also 5:30 to 6:30. Now, if those times do not work for you, I am pretty available this semester. So if you just send me an email, I can pretty much meet with you whenever is most convenient. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that. Uh, Below our little course banner, I've got several links to different resources that you may find useful. And then below that, I have a link to the live stream office hours. I also use this same link for our live stream class. This class is offered two different ways. You can either take it online or you can take it live stream. Online students are more than welcome to attend the live stream class. The live stream class is Tuesday and Thursday from 3:10 to 5:10. So I do take attendance. If you are signed up for the live stream class, make sure you attend. We do cover information on Tuesdays. Thursdays will typically be lab days where you are going to work on assignments. So for live stream students, I don't make them do their assignments in Zoom. So basically, if you just pop in, check in, and you'd like to work on your assignment outside of Zoom, that is absolutely okay. But I will be in Zoom the entire period. So if you have problems, then you just come in, share your screen, and I can help you. Same goes for the online students. If you're running into a problem and it's a Thursday, we have lab, feel free to stop in and I can help you as well. You'll notice that I scheduled office hours on Tuesday and Thursday, kind of around our class, so that I can help you live during those times as well. And quite often especially with JavaScript, it is just easier to help you kind of in person than it is to try to help remotely. So please take advantage of all of these live stream times because I will be able to help you quicker and it will probably be less frustrating for you. Below that, I have links to our social media, and what we typically post to social media are internship opportunities and job opportunities. Now, during a normal semester where we don't have a global pandemic, we also have a lot of activities that students are involved in, and those get posted to social media as well. We've pretty much eliminated those activities due to the pandemic. However, once the pandemic is over or we are all adequately vaccinated, those activities will resume. Below that, I've got news and announcements from your instructor. And how I use that discussion forum is once I have corrected all of your work, I will post an announcement that the work has been corrected. And that's kind of your signal to come up here, go into the dashboard and click on grades. And that will take you into this grade section where you will see what your score is out of the total. And you'll also see feedback over here on the right. If you lost points, it will tell you why over in the feedback. And in my classes, I do allow students to fix errors and resubmit one time. So for each of your assignments, you can fix the problems and resubmit it. And I will rescore it. In our area, you learn a lot by correcting errors. In fact, you can learn a lot more correcting your errors than if you do everything perfect all the time. So it is a learning opportunity for you. So make sure when you see that announcement, and it will come through your email, make sure you come out here and check. And if you did not get all the points, take a look at what you did wrong and fix it and resubmit. Once you resubmit, you'll need to go back into the Dropbox and enter done so that I know it's been resubmitted. Otherwise, I have no clue. So that's kind of how we handle assignments in here. And you'll notice right below the instructor forum is a student forum. And this is for you guys to ask each other questions. I typically don't go into the student forum. So if it is a question about an assignment or about this course, you are better off asking me. And probably the best thing you could do is just email the question. Um, if it's something that I think everybody would benefit from, usually I ask the student if it's okay if I post it in the announcements. And if they give me permission, I will post it and share it with everybody. So student questions, this is kind of for you to be social with each other, basically. Um, and down at the bottom here, coding resources. So this section is optional. It's kind of for your own professional development, but you'll notice that I have a lot of resources out here. And for some of you, it may have been a while since you took the CIT 180 course. So maybe you want to brush up on HTML or CSS. So you will notice that I have links to a lot of different resources here. Then I have links for JavaScript, jQuery, and Ajax, different software applications that you can download, places where you can get royalty-free images, okay, and then quite a few different design sites. In addition, if I find any PDF ebooks, I tend to post them in here, and these also are royalty-free books. Now you will notice that we have different lesson blocks and each one have dates associated with them. So the first week, you will need to complete the orientation block and lesson 1. And the last date in the range is the date that it's due. So for the first week, your orientation and lesson 1, that is not due until Tuesday, January 19th. Okay, and if you click on these blocks, you will see at the top, it's also telling you when those assignments in that particular lesson are due. And I'm going to go ahead and cover the orientation block in this overview. Lesson 1 will have a separate video, as will lesson 2 and lesson 3. So for the orientation, you are watching the course information now, which is good. And once you're done with this video, you're going to take a look at the syllabus. And the syllabus has all of that same information that the instructor block had. And it's got the required textbook. The software in this class is pretty much the same as CIT 180. In fact, your web account will be the exact same. If you do not remember the FTP information, just flip me an email and I can forward that to you. As far as education outcomes, we do assess critical thinking in here. And then we have quite a few learning outcomes. And so this basically gives you kind of an overview of what we're going to be learning and then how those outcomes are being assessed in this course. And what you're going to want to pay close attention to are the assignments, because in this class, everything that you are required to do is worth points. And the grading scale is based on total points. So there are 1,000 points in this class. 95 to 100% of that is a 4.0. 90 to 94% is a 3.5. And this is kind of how the points fall. What I typically do at the end of the semester is I look for people who are within 5 points of the higher grade, and I do bump you up. So if you're sitting at 949, you are not going to get a 3.5. I will give you a 4.0. I don't think it's fair to miss that higher grade by a couple points. And how you get points is you complete assignments in here. So we have 12 programming assignments. They're worth 15 to 40 points, depending on how much work is involved in the assignment. We have 3 unit tests. Our unit tests are set up very similar to MTA tests. The type of questions that you'll see are very similar. They are not the vanilla true false multiple choice questions. They are, if it's a multiple choice, it's going to be a multiple answer where you have to pick 3 or pick 2 of the correct answers. There are questions where there are drop downs and you have to select the best word or phrase to complete a sentence. There's some code questions where you have to rearrange code. Those are all types of questions that you typically see on an MTA. And I have incorporated those into our unit tests. For the final exam in this class, that is the MTA, Intro to Programming Using JavaScript. And for the first month, we solely work in JavaScript in this class. Then we kind of move into jQuery and Ajax. And with Ajax, we also cover XML and JSON because Ajax typically processes XML or JSON files. So we will be covering all of that in this class, but throughout the entire semester, we will also be covering JavaScript to keep it fresh in your mind so you can do well on your MTA. We do have a term project. It is a lengthy one. It involves creating 3 games. As you complete your programming assignments, there are 2 assignments that you can use for your term project. It's up to you. If you want to use those assignments, it's fine. If you want to do something different, that is fine. Most students choose to use those assignments in the final project just because it saves them a lot of time. So your term project is creating 3 games. One of them is going to have to be done in jQuery. One of them has to be JavaScript and HTML5 Canvas. And the third one is your choice. So along with the term project, we have milestones. And after each milestone, you will share what you've done with the class. And we share that in a showcase discussion. And then you will get some feedback from your classmates. And I like doing it this way. I want positive feedback only. And sometimes you guys will have great suggestions for each other. So if you're looking at somebody's game interface and you think maybe changing the color scheme would look awesome, tell them that. That is the kind of information that you should be sharing in your peer reviews. So we have 3 peer reviews that kind of correspond to our 3 milestones. We do have discussion in this class. Most of our discussions are involve sharing what we've done. We do have some additional discussions in here, some problem solving discussions where you are going to download a file and you are going to fix it and then share with the class what you did to fix it. Um, and there are some other short additional discussions. ePortfolio and GitHub. For GitHub, after you complete each milestone, you will be uploading that to GitHub. And at this point, you all should have GitHub accounts because that was required in the 180 class. For ePortfolio, you should have some type of ePortfolio already. If you don't, you will have to create one, but that will be at the end of the semester. Most students are using LinkedIn for this, and you will have to link your GitHub repository into LinkedIn as a project. And that's pretty much all of the ways that you will be getting points in this course. This section pretty much explains what I just told you. And then we've got course communication, which in this class is either going to be live stream or email. And I can kind of let you guys read through the rest. The college syllabus is the same for every single class. And if you have not looked at it, you need to, because there are college policies that you need to be aware of in there. The assignment schedule is something that you are going to want to print out. Each lesson has a date range and due dates. And the reason I like you to print this out is as you complete things, it is really helpful to cross things out because then if you get some of it done and then you have a couple days in between and you come back to work on class, you know exactly what you've completed and where you're at. Now, the same information that you see under each lesson here, you will also see at the top of the blocks in Moodle. Okay, so what I have here at the top of the block corresponds to what you see over here. Okay, so they should match up. Campus safety video, if you are going to go on campus, you definitely need to watch this. The video also has some Title IX information and some drug and alcohol awareness information. If you have not seen it, you should take a look. That brings me down to the student profile glossary. Where this is going to display is in the sidebar area right here. So the idea here is that every time somebody comes into class, a different student is highlighted. And so once you have multiple students in here, you can basically refresh your screen and you'll see a different person. And what I would like you to do with this is add a picture, and you are probably going to have to give it a width of 150 to 200, or it's going to be way too big. And then below the picture, you can add hashtags that kind of describe you. You can do a sentence about yourself or a quote, okay, whatever best describes you. But this is designed to be kind of short. And for those of you that are wondering, this little cutie here is my granddaughter. So that is the student profile. It is worth points. It is an assignment. And then after that, we have the introductions. And this is where you are going to actually give people a little more information about you. So your name or your nickname, what your interests are, what your hobbies are, what your major or program of study is, any additional information that you want to share with people, feel free. Only share what you are comfortable with. So I am going to quick enter one here. And let me pause this while I put my text in. Now, I tend to overshare, so you definitely do not need to put all of this in here, but I'm going to post. I actually use this as an opportunity to kind of tell you about my background. Uh, and I've been teaching here at NMC since 2016, the fall of 2016. Prior to that, I actually taught at another community college for actually it was over 25 years. But that makes me sound old, so I always put over 20. And then before that, I was a programmer analyst for about 5 years. And so this kind of explains why I made that transition from being a programmer analyst to teaching, talk about different classes that I've taught, all of that kind of fun information. So that's information about me. And you need to write the information about yourselves. And again, only include what you are comfortable sharing. And that is pretty much all you need to do, at least for the orientation assignments. You should have the software installed already. However, if you don't, we are using VS Code. So here's a link for that. We have a link for FileZilla, which is our FTP program, and then a link to a page with links that'll take you to the different browsers. If you have any questions or you run into problems completing these orientation activities, please let me know. I am online quite a bit. I check email quite a few times a day, including weekends, and I am here to help you.